Right now at 5, getting ready for spring turkey season. How this one will feel a little different than others. And West Salem High School has a new principal.
We're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now at 5. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is on assignment. 3 people were injured in a one-vehicle crash Saturday afternoon. According to the Crawford County Sheriff's Office, a 16-year-old driver lost control of her vehicle on a sharp curve and hit an embankment. The driver and 2 passengers were injured in the crash and the vehicle was severely damaged. Deputies cited the teenage driver for failure to maintain control. Speed is considered a factor in the crash. Well, we're just 2 days away from the spring turkey season opener, and the mild winter is causing some hunters to prepare differently. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall has this story. Jeremy, apparently they're going to have to dress a little lighter this season.
Indeed, that's correct, Emily. From changes in hunting attire to early breeding, this spring turkey season's going to feel, as you said, a little different.
John Clark has been turkey hunting for 30 years. He says this spring turkey season is going to look and feel a little different.
You know, it's not uncommon first season to have some snow on the ground or threat of snow. And this year it's going to be pretty mild. We can dress a lot warmer. You can sit a lot longer too, which can be a big help.
According to the DNR, the birds are also experiencing some changes, but not necessarily bad ones.
They didn't really have to fight off harsh winter conditions. But that also has kick-started their spring breeding behaviors a bit earlier than what we typically see.
According to the DNR, the birds are also experiencing some changes, but not necessarily bad ones.
Hunter harvest success rate has been around 18-ish%, and we've noticed similar numbers of harvest authorizations being drawn in the initial spring turkey drawing. I'm predicting and hoping for a pretty successful hunting season again.
When the turkeys start breeding, flocks disperse. Males find their own territories and follow hens for breeding. The hens eventually brood and nest. Regardless of how early they start their spring breeding behaviors, Cockatachi anticipates the harvesting authorizations to stay the same. Safety is always important. The DNR encourages hunters to wear outfits like these and avoid wearing red, white, and blue.
And according to the Wisconsin DNR, if a hunter sees those colors through the brush, you could be mistaken for a turkey. The agency encourages hunters not to over camouflage, as this could impact your vision. Emily.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. The spring turkey hunting season runs until May 28th. Well, what a weekend we had, sunny and warm, and it spilled all the way into today. Greg, the town was hustling and bustling, just soaking it all up this weekend.
Yeah, it was a fantastic weekend like we thought we would see, and continue into Monday, which is great news. But we do have some changes coming in, especially as we go into Tuesday, and we have an alert day for showers and thunderstorms coming. It's spring season, so severe weather season is here. We're going to get a little bit of a taste of it depending on how things play out. But nothing this evening right now. Still should be just a few clouds out there for La Crosse. Very mild conditions, upper 50s with a light east wind. A few clouds going on for Eau Claire. I'll kind of show you that in a second, but that's temporary. Otherwise, upper 50s till about 10 p.m. with that east wind beginning to pick up too. Overall, there's that batch of clouds, really just high clouds. That rain that's actually indicated by radar is not reaching the ground, so you'll just see some of that off and on, but still we're not expecting any precipitation this evening. Temperatures as we go out throughout the night should begin to fall back into the 50s, but we're going to remain dry with just some increasing clouds from the southwest as we get closer to the morning hour. The showers and storms will hold off through the morning commute, so as temperatures lower back into the upper 40s, low 50s, we should see dry conditions for tomorrow's commute. But things are going to change as we go into the afternoon hours, and we do have that severe threat. I'm going to break down what this all means, if this will change, when we'll see the thunderstorms, and when it'll actually move out of the area, and what the rest of the week looks like beyond Tuesday. That all coming up a bit later in the broadcast.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Greg. A judge in New Mexico has sentenced the armorer on the movie Rust to 18 months in prison. Hannah Gutierrez Reed was convicted of involuntary manslaughter last month in the deadly shooting of 42-year-old Helena Hutchins, the film cinematographer. At her sentencing, a visibly emotional Gutierrez Reed listened to victim impact statements from Hutchins' family and friends. The 26-year-old addressed the court before learning she'd be serving the maximum sentence.
My heart aches for the Hutchins family and friends and colleagues as well, and it has since the day this tragedy occurred. Helena has been and always will be an inspiration to me. I understand she was taken too soon, and I pray that you all find peace.
Alec Baldwin was holding the prop gun on the set of the film in 2021 when it fired a live round of ammunition during rehearsal, killing Hutchins and wounding director Joel Souza. Pretrial arguments and jury selection began today in the Donald Trump hush money trial. Trump faces 34 felony counts, accused of falsifying business records to hide payments former fixer Michael Cohen made to adult film star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 presidential election. Trump has pleaded not guilty. This afternoon, the first batch of more than 500 potential jurors entered the courtroom to be considered for the 12 spots. The lengthy juror questionnaire asks if they've ever attended a Trump rally or if they follow the former president on social media.
The defense is very interested in seeing if they can show that through the jury selection that they can't really get people who might be quote unquote fair and impartial. They will continue to move for a change of venue.
Prosecutors today asked the judge to hold Trump in contempt for allegedly violating his gag order in 4 recent social media posts attacking Stormy Daniels and Michael Cohen. Both are potential witnesses. The former president's defense claimed he was only responding to attacks. The Supreme Court declined to hear an appeal from a Black Lives Matter organizer facing a damages lawsuit today. DeRay McKesson is being sued by an officer injured in a Louisiana protest following the 2016 killing of Alton Sterling, a black man who was shot by police. Lawyers for the officer said McKesson planned an unlawful protest and the violence was foreseeable. They argue the First Amendment does not protect against damage claims if an organizer's actions are, quote, negligent, illegal, and dangerous. The Supreme Court's decision not to hear the case lets the lower court decision stand and returns it to a lower court for further review. Well, with spring in the air, you might be tempted to fire up the grill or have a bonfire with friends. So the La Crosse Fire Department is reminding everyone to remember their fire safety rules. Community risk educator Molly McCormick says the first thing you should do is check to see if your area is currently under a burn ban. Next, make sure your future flame is away from any structures and double check your fuel is safe to burn. It's important to have a bucket of water or shovel handy in case your fire gets out of control. And if it does, McCormick says to call the fire department as soon as possible.
Waiting to call just makes it worse. So if we get there and that fire has been put out already, we're not going to be upset about it. So don't hesitate to call us if you're at all worried that that fire's gotten out of control.
The city of La Crosse is currently under a burn ban. That means no open burning is allowed, including using charcoal grills or recreational fire pits within city limits. Well, West Salem High School has a new principal. The school district announcing today Justin Jen as the new principal. Jen served several roles in the district for the past 2 decades, including 6 years as associate principal for West Salem High School. He is succeeding Principal Mike Mallett, who is retiring. The district appointed Jen on Wednesday, April 10th. The White House says the U.S. will not help Israel with a retaliatory strike against Iran. President Biden's message to Israeli leaders deciding on a response.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 18 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
We've all seen what's happening at our border. President Biden and Senator Baldwin's open border policy has brought more than 10 million illegal immigrants into our country. That's double the population of Wisconsin. Our country was already struggling to provide housing and health care to our citizens. And tragically, we're losing over 100,000 Americans a year to the drugs that pour over our open border. Their policy is wrong. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message, and I'll work to fix this problem.
It just keeps getting worse.
Well, that was too close.
It really ruined everything.
This was it?
I understand. The effects of water can be surprising. Mold feeding on moisture in your crawl space, flooded basements, uneven concrete, and shifting foundations. But it's okay. We got it.
Oh.
At Innovative Basement Authority, we'll do a complete home inspection for free, so you can put water back in its place. Schedule a free home inspection today.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 18 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Israel says it will respond to this weekend's drone and missile attack from Iran, but the Biden administration is pushing Israel to make it a diplomatic response and not a military one. Skylar Henry has the details.
President Biden praised the U.S. military's role in thwarting an Iranian attack on Israel over the weekend.
We mounted an unprecedented military effort to defend Israel. Together with our partners, we defeated that attack.
Israel's war cabinet met again Monday as they weighed their response to Iran. The Biden administration is saying it's up to the Israelis while calling for restraint.
In the 36 hours since, we have been coordinating a diplomatic response to seek to prevent escalation.
President Biden says the U.S. will continue to provide defensive support to Israel, but he raised concerns about escalating tension in the Middle East. It's already high because of the Israel-Hamas war.
We're committed to a ceasefire that will bring the hostages home and preventing conflict from spreading beyond what it already has.
Israel continues to launch airstrikes on the southern Gaza city of Rafah ahead of what is expected to be a ground invasion. The U.S. has objected to an invasion of Rafah because more than 1 million Palestinian refugees are currently sheltering in the city. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
The Biden administration also called on the U.S. House to pass the emergency supplemental bill that has already passed the Senate. The bill would help replenish Israel's air defenses as well as provide military support for Ukraine. Well, today is tax day. When we come back, what to do if you forgot to file.
And we have storms coming up tomorrow. We're going to time out when to expect it, what's the severe potential, and what the rest of the week has. Do we have go back to 70s or are we back in the 50s? I'll explain all that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Come into comfort during the International Furniture Fjord Sales Event. Get $200 off all Fjord's chairs in stock and special orders. The Tri-State's largest Fjord showroom is at International Furniture, La Crosse.
You just have to get in the seat of a John Deere 1 Series tractor.
Not because of how easy it is to use, or because of our expert dealers. Not even because it has implements for every job. You just have to get in the seat, because breaking ground on your dream home feels pretty great.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order.
Scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
If you think it's expensive to hire a good window company, just wait until you hire a bad one.
Don't get lured into cheap windows that you'll end up having to replace again in 5 years.
Here at Clear Choice, we only sell the highest quality windows that we'd install in our own home, all backed by a lifetime manufacturer warranty and installed by our factory trained employees, not subcontractors.
Upgrade your home with the Elite Series windows this month with our buy 3, get 1 free sale. Choose a quality window that will last a lifetime. Call Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions today.
It's spring bonus season. Time to take control of your spring in a new Ford truck. Get started with exclusive spring bonus offers at your local Northland Ford dealers. Then, own the season behind the wheel of your new Ford. Whether you're looking for power or capability, there's a Ford truck waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Get in the driver's seat today. Get an F-150 XLT with 1.9% financing for 72 months, plus up to $2,000 spring bonus cash. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Come into comfort during the International Furniture Fjord Sales Event. Get $200 off all Fjord's chairs in stock and special orders. The Tri-State's largest Fjord showroom is at International Furniture, La Crosse.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, tax day is here, and if you haven't filed yet, you're not alone. But experts say if you haven't started, you may actually want to wait. One expert recommends filing a 6-month extension by midnight to give you and your tax preparer the opportunity to prepare it correctly. But in order to avoid mounting penalties, you should send a payment that best estimates what you think is due to the IRS before the deadline.
If you owe money and you don't have that postmark today, the IRS is going to charge you interest and, failure to pay penalties that are going to start assessing tomorrow.
And for those late filers who are due a refund, there are no penalties for missing the deadline. As long as you file within 3 years of the original due date, you'll still get your refund plus interest. But if you miss that deadline, you forfeit your refund. Well, as Greg mentioned, this nice weather will continue until tomorrow afternoon, and then get ready for some storms. Let's send it over to him for the latest.
Yeah, we definitely had a nice stretch of weather, and for the most part, Tuesday morning looks okay. We'll have a few storms here and there, but really the bulk of it comes in the afternoon, evening hours. So that's probably an alert day for tomorrow, but really tomorrow evening through tomorrow night, mainly south of La Crosse. That's where the higher threat is, and I'll show that in a extent. Right here, you can actually see what I'm talking about. The highest red enhanced kind of is further south. Now, for our area, we kind of get into just the slight risk, which is just one level above that. So really, you're looking at scattered, short-lived intensity thunderstorms. The main threat will be to the south. If we look at the main threat that we're looking at right now, you can see that overall the winds is a thing to keep in mind of, because we do have winds that are going to be potentially without thunderstorms pretty high. So if we add the factor of thunderstorms in it, it won't be that hard to get some thunderstorm gusts above 50. So keep an eye on that. The tornado potential is much further south right now, and there is a hail potential, but it's pretty short-lived. So that's what we're looking at. We still have the wind advisory, and these are winds outside of thunderstorms. So even if you don't get the thunderstorms or the severe stuff, you'll get the winds, and that actually extends tomorrow all the way to 7 p.m. or 10 p.m. depending on time. We could have wind gusts potentially up to 50 miles per hour outside of thunderstorms. Right now, the main story is a storm down there. That's the one that's beginning to push into the plains. They're having their severe weather today down there. It'll begin to lift north, so we're keeping an eye on that one. But for tonight, we're not looking at any problems really. just increasing clouds. The temperatures will kind of fall back down into the 40s to 50s, depending on location. That light east wind will start picking up towards the morning, but the showers and thunderstorms will not actually impact probably the morning commute. It'll still be to the west, and then we'll see little bands begin to lift north through the morning hour. Looks like one between 10 and 11. These don't look to be too severe, but we could have a little bit of a hail threat as it lifts north. They'll weaken as they lift further north. We'll probably see more of a break between noon and then the main band, which really looks pretty strong to actually severe. That'll begin to lift up probably after 4 p.m., and that's why we're thinking the evening commute's going to see a really thunderstorm activity continue with potential for some heavy rain, strong gusty winds, and we'll keep an eye on the hail threat. Once again, the hail threat is the severe threat is better as you go further south, more just general thunderstorms as you go further north towards I-94 into Indianapolis. This will begin to lift north. We'll continue all the way about 7 p.m. We may see additional lines developing, especially as you go further south towards Prairie du Chien. That would be an eye to keep on towards tomorrow evening, because any activity towards Iowa that lifts north has a severe potential. Otherwise, everywhere north of Eau Claire will just return to just general light rain or showers through about 8. And then as we go through 9 and 10, it'll start to kind of lift to the north. So the severe threat at least will be over by then. Winds, as we mentioned, 10 to 15 in the morning, but it'll quickly get up to 15 to 20 by noon. Afternoon hours, we're looking at 20 to 25, and especially as you go further west over the higher terrain, open country, you're going to see these winds continue. These are outside of thunderstorms, and we'll continue to see 25 to 30 with potential for gusts, and that's why getting a severe wind gust up to 60 with a thunderstorm won't be that difficult when you have these winds already that are pretty strong at the surface. That'll kind of start dropping off towards the night as you see the winds drop off fairly quickly, and it kind of pushes more further to the north. So breezy for Tuesday night, but you won't see as strong winds. This is going to be a good soaker for a lot of areas. 1 inch up to the northeast, potentially 2 to 3 as you go further south, and this all depends, of course, on the track of thunderstorms. The flood threat is low there, but we'll keep an eye on that. So that's kind of what we're breaking down for the commutes right there. Keep an eye once again on the Tuesday evening commute. That's the big story going into it. But for tonight, we're looking at temperatures falling back to the 40s. Should be no problems through the morning commute. Upper 40s to low 50s as you wake up. Tomorrow, a few storms in the morning, more in the afternoon, temperatures around 60. All the severe threat or strong threat really is focused in the morning. So that's, in the afternoon. And then as we go through Wednesday, cooler conditions and showers, and it dries out by Thursday. And then we drop back into the 50s. The upcoming weekend looks dry, but you notice the temperatures. We're not dealing with 70s, more like the 50s.
This weekend was a bit of a tease for us, wasn't it?
Yes. Next weekend will be more seasonable somewhat, but definitely won't be the 70s.
Okay. All right. It is what it is, right, Greg? Yes. All right. A dog in the UK is lovingly being called the Dog Father. His owner's reason for the nickname in just a few minutes.
Tuesday on News 8 Now this morning, we'll have some of the cast of the upcoming La Crosse Pump House's show Brilliant Traces in studio to tell us about their show that premieres this weekend.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
You're young, but your bathroom is old. I get it. I visit my kids, grandkids, my precious great-grandkids. Doesn't fit their lifestyle. Not safe. Old and ugly. You'll be amazed at the transformation you can make in just a few days. New tub and shower with all new fixtures, new toilet, new sink and vanity, new flooring, at an investment much less than you might think. Call the Board Store Home Improvements today for a prompt free estimate on your new bathroom.
It's our lowest prices of the season at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop unbeatable deals on the things you need for spring. Like $250 instant savings on this new Cub Cadet Hydro Lawn Tractor. Stock up and save on 20-pound bags of Blaine's brand Easy Scoop cat litter, 4 for $24. And get a free bag of Estate garden fertilizer when you buy a bag of new Estate Premium 4-in-1 lawn treatment. Don't miss our lowest prices of the season in-store or online at farmandfleet.com.
Attention parents and kids, it's time to build your future with Ultra Federal Credit Union's Youth Month celebration. Open a new youth account with just $25 and Ultra will match it with an additional $25. But wait, there's more. By opening a youth account, you'll automatically be entered to win our Lego Grand Prize worth $500. Imagine the endless possibilities of what you could build with that. So why wait? Head over to Ultra today and build your future. Visit us online or stop by your nearest branch for more details. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
What really ruined everything I should have done something sooner.
Everybody hopes that this won't be a big problem. Unfortunately, basement water, it always gets worse. Don't worry, we got this.
Great. Well, let's stop her from getting in.
The effects of water can be surprising, but at Innovative Basement Authority, we'll do a complete home inspection for free, so you can put water back in its place. Schedule a free home inspection today.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A 9-year-old golden retriever has earned the nickname the Dog Father. That's because the stud known as Trigger has fathered 323 puppies, and all in the name of charity. The Dog Father produced a total of 39 litters, most for the UK-based Guide Dogs, a group that trains dogs to help people with vision impairment. Trigger's biggest litter came in 2021 when 16 puppies were born. The last, about 2 months ago, had 6.
He did have a break at one point because obviously he just needed a break, really. He used to go out to the centre and they'd be all excited. But obviously, if it was just for an eye checkup or something, you know, you'd come back an hour later and he was a bit disappointed.
Trigger's offspring are called Triglets by the charity. Volunteers foster them for the first year before they start formal training. Trigger's owner, Sarah, says she's only able to keep in touch with some of the puppies. It's a lot of birthday gifts he's got to give out, that Trigger. All right, we'll have another look at tonight's forecast after the break.
At Bygoff and Rohde, we know reputation is important, and it can affect your case's outcome. If you want your case to be taken seriously, you need lawyers who are taken seriously. Bygoff and Rohde, serious injuries need serious lawyers.
Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. Starting wage for laborers up to $18 per hour with a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience but a great attitude? Then apply today. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
It's easy to see when you have a plumbing problem, but when it comes to your water, things aren't always so clear. Without water conditioning, your water may be doing more harm than good. Hard water can damage your pipes and appliances, leave spotting on dishes, as well as dry out your skin and hair. Contact the professionals at Maxwell White. More than a plumbing company, we offer comprehensive water conditioning. That's 2 great services under one roof. Enjoy cleaner dishes, softer and brighter clothes, and much more with a simple call to Maxwell White. Water conditioning done right.
Hey, Dad, look.
Us.
This is the magma chamber.
This isn't us, is it? When did we get so connected to our devices and so disconnected from each other?
She's not answering.
What? And when our phones have turned us into this, LT, what do you do when you're a company that sells them?
We gotta fix this.
It's time to find what we're missing. Join us in taking a break from our devices. Take the phones down for 5 challenge for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes.
Feels good.
And let's find us again. US Cellular, built for us.
It's spring bonus season. Time to take control of your spring in a new Ford SUV. Get started with exclusive spring bonus offers at your local Northland Ford dealers. Then own the season behind the wheel of your new Ford. Whether you're looking for new adventures or dominating the day-to-day, there's a Ford SUV waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Get in the driver's seat today. Now, get a new 2024 Ford Bronco Sport starting around $29,995. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
All right, to give you a wrap up for tomorrow, looks dry the morning, some showers or storms potentially through noon, the winds pick up, and then really it's Tuesday late afternoon, evening is what we're looking at for the main thunderstorms that come through, so keep that in mind for tomorrow. Otherwise, Wednesday, more showers, cooler conditions as we go throughout the week. We get back in the 50s. Next weekend may not be as warm as we had.
Yeah, but we have some sun ahead of us after these break of storms. All right.